Okay, so I wanted to explain something really quickly. So here, this is the star of the show. This is a 3.75 or 3 3/4 horse Briggs flathead or side valve engine, whichever you prefer to call it. This was the engine that was on my parents' wedding present mower. It has been through two bodies. It's from a Rally sprint motor, but it was on a Rally body, a little 20-inch cut, cheapo. But the body had completely rotted away. I mean, it was leaning in, the deck was cracked and starting to like lean inward, or curve, like so flat, and then it was like that, like bowing. And then the handlebar had completely ripped out of it. This is basically the same deck. I mean, it's pretty much a replica. Not only the color, but just the exact shape and the way everything's laid out. It's just the same cheap, basic design. Little 20-inch cut. But here's the deal. I just got this thing for free today. The engine that's on it is actually supposedly still good, and I believe it is. But there's a big dent here, and for some reason it doesn't want to recoil. It's probably because of this dent. I mean, it's completely pushed in throughout this entire spot right here. So I could assume that that is probably a very likely suspect issue as to why it will not recoil. Which I know it only recoils to that little metal guy, but it still didn't recoil to that, and it won't. Now, it does spin over when you try to manually spin the blade. But I'm just saying, is it a good motor? I would highly imagine. But, like the guy said, it is an oil burner. It's also a leaking mower. As you can see, it is caked with crap. Apparently this thing just leaks oil, he said, and it burns real heavy. It's not the worst in the world, but you can see the carbon buildup. Definitely not awful. I've seen way worse than that. But it's apparently an oil burner. It's from 2011. The body's decent. It has one little crack. I don't think on this side. There's a little crack right there. Yeah, it's teeny, teeny, tiny. The other side's just a teensy bit bigger. But overall, the deck is relatively solid yet. And this is just a cheap piece of crap. So don't get me wrong, this deck will probably just break and disintegrate soon enough. But I got it, and initially I was just going to fix it as it was. Just, completely wash it, degrease it, get all this shit off of it, and then get it to run. Because truly, it's just a flathead Briggs. You can't kill a flathead Briggs. They're pretty much indestructible. I know you can, but pretty much a bulletproof engine, let's be honest. They'll run out of oil and they'll still keep running. So, really, it's not going to take much to get this going. Like, the guy even told me, he's like, yeah, it's an oil burner, whatever. But he said it ran when I last used it. But he said that was years ago. And he said, yeah, so it's going to need a little bit more work. And yeah, the handlebar, this is actually not original. This is the original handlebar to the Rally mower, which is long gone, which is part of the reason and inspiration behind this. The reason this is the star of the show is because this is one of the mowers that I grew up using when I was a little kid. Not this guy, because I just got it, but the little Sprint, the green Rally mower, the green 20-inch cut Rally, which is the same thing that this is, basically. It's the equivalent. That is what I grew up using. This thing, again, the deck is decent. But the reason behind the true inspiration is not only because I kind of saw a little bit of a vision whenever I was looking at it, but I noticed this. You tell me what we're missing here. Obviously, I could just steal the handlebar from that other bar. I think it's the same exact size, but there's no purpose. The bar is missing. The actual safety bar is missing, and I could just disable the safety. But yeah, this cable is completely destroyed. Like, it is so hard to pull it through, and I know somebody will be like, no, you can fix that. But it is ruined. You don't understand. This cable is ruined. It doesn't want to pull through it. This thing's like kinked and bent, and I tried to straighten it out. You really can't. It completely ripped out of the socket, which you could probably thread it back in there, but it is not worth anything to me. The lower part of the handlebar I will be saving for a different mower, which is a complete pile of garbage. But it's this pile of junk I got from the curb. I'm going to put that on here if it's the same size. I'm pretty sure that lower part is. And even the upper part's pretty well destroyed on this guy, but I'm going to put it on there just because it's better than this garbage. So, yeah. But anyway, considering I had the old Rally handlebar, and I have this Rally engine, which I forgot to tell you, it does not burn oil. This is actually not the original muffler. But this guy does not burn oil. Not a single drop of oil. This thing is smooth. It's clean. It'll probably puff out a little bit of oil when I first started because it hasn't ran in so long. The carburetor's bad, and I don't have a deck for it. So now here's the winner. Like I said, he said it's an oil burner. Obviously, it's an oil leaker as well, like he said. This guy here, yeah, don't get me wrong, it's a little bit grimy, but it doesn't really leak oil. And if it does, it is extremely minor and unnoticeable. Obviously, the deck has some grime on it, and it probably does leak a little bit. But it is really clean. It's clean burning, so the rings are still good, and it doesn't really leak. But the carburetor is shot. The carburetor was really worn out for a long time, and it finally, the carb's junk. So what I'm going to do to fix this is literally, I'm just going to take this entire fuel cell here, just try to clean it up real fast. I'm going to take off the carburetor, or take off the air cleaner, and just unbolt our fuel tank, completely clean it up, carb clean it, whatever, and then just bolt it onto that motor right there. I'll probably peel off these stickers just because, or at least this one. I don't know. It's part of the inspiration behind rebuilding my childhood mower. So I might debadge it. I don't know. Maybe not. I might just use the tank that I have. Then again, all the paint's falling off of it. I don't know. I am not really for certain as to what I'm doing quite yet. Honestly, I think I'm probably just going to use the deck right here, or probably just use the tank right here. I'll probably just take this carburetor off, clean it up, and then just bolt it to the guy here, and then most likely just pitch the carburetor since it's junk. I could try to rebuild it, but we've tried so many times, and for some reason that carburetor is just junk. Well, I know why. It's because it's so worn out. But anyway, yeah, a good clean running Briggs. Like I've just been repeating myself. So we'll go ahead and get this situated. So for starters, just to give you a quick little overview, this thing's broke. I have the original one from the Rally. And so this will be the Rally's 4th body now. The other body it didn't really fit well on it and it didn't have enough power. So I just upgraded it to a 6.75 horse that I got from the curb from a rotted out deck. And yeah, now it's fixed and now we have our engine back. So we will go ahead and put it on this guy. This thing was completely bent out, so I got snagged on something and curled it back. I just kind of bent it back into shape. And then of course we will replace this destroyed chute with that really nice one. Which I'm not going to hook up the spring. I'm going to put the spring back in here, but I'm going to do the same thing like this. So it'll be, of course, a really good blow chute, or really nice chute, but it's not going to be spring loaded anymore, just because it's convenient to fold it up out of the way if I want to. So I will just do it like that. I'll get the deck all cleaned up. I have a set of the original white wheels, which actually look exactly the same as this. They're the same style, it's just they are, of course, white instead of yellow. So I will bolt them on. I will hook up our thing, which I actually don't know what happened to the original cable. So we're just going to steal it from this guy, because I think it'll fit, if I'm not mistaken. Pretty sure, it looks like, I'm sure it's just the same generic cable. So, it's just like the factory one, the way it bolts in there. And we'll just hook up this guy. As you can see, the cable itself is in really good condition. It's mower's junk, but the deck on this one's actually in good shape. Again, I just have a huge pile of mowers, and this thing is a pile of crap, really. So, the engine's good, though, and I'm going to use it on a different mower. That'll be another day story. So, but I'm going to route some parts from it, since the mower I'm going to be putting the engine on does not need these parts. So, yeah, without further ado, 10 minutes of me blabbing like an idiot, let's go ahead and get started. Now, I am not about to find out if this mower runs because, again, let's be honest, it's a typical flathead Briggs & Stratton. The likelihood of this thing starting is extremely high. The only reason it probably wouldn't start is a dirty carburetor. But yeah, I don't know what the hell I just did with the tools. I need a 13 and probably a 15. That's a 16, which I don't actually know which one is the correct size. I'd say a 15. That didn't catch. 15's kind of loose, but it'll probably do the job. I will just round it out anyway if it's not. Let's go ahead and bring this stuff back over. But yeah, there's the Murray. Like the motor that was originally on there was junk, an overhead valve, no compression. So I tried to fix it, couldn't fix it. Maybe it was something simple, but it was a clattery pile of crap. So it has that really nice 6.75 horse on it now, which has plenty of power. And obviously a 6.75 horse is pretty big and beefy for what this is. So let's see if we can't get a good camera angle of this. Now, for starters, we should probably try to loosen the blade. Which truly doing it the way I'm doing it is probably the wrong way. See, it turns. I definitely should not have this extension on here, but it works, so. But again, there's literally no purpose in what I'm doing other than the fact that it was free, and I'm just having fun as a dumb 19-year-old, and so I'm having a little bit of inspiration from my childhood mower to replicate it. So, I was just curious if the blade adapter was stuck or not, and it does appear it is. I don't need it anyway. Again, the motor I'm about to drop on already has everything ready to go, so all it needs is the carburetor, like I've explained. There we go. Go ahead and get this whole thing off here. It would definitely be a lot easier if I just took this off here. Plus, I don't even need the extension that I have on here. Quite unnecessary. I'm probably blocking the camera with my leg. I try not to, but I definitely probably am. I'm going to at least try to get the back ones out, since the front one is just barely in there at this point. Yeah, the deck's really not in that bad of shape. Got a little crack right there, and let's be honest, it'll probably break pretty fast, being just the cheap pile of crap this deck is. But I don't really care. I want to have a little bit of fun with it, and it really doesn't take that much effort to do this. Now, really, I should be painting a car instead, as I should be getting that done. But I'm going to have a little bit of fun with this free lawnmower first. How about that? And then, last but not least, is that guy. The engine is officially free. Let's go ahead and drop it back down without flipping the engine off of it. Again, the cable's unhooked, and I got that new handlebar on, so let's just lift this guy straight off, which it weighs absolutely nothing. Now that we have completed such a simple task, let's go ahead and take this body and wheel it on over. Man, I can't get out of here. Oh my gosh. Yeah, there's the handlebar. And that blade is for a different mower. But see, the deck overall is in pretty good shape. We're not about to fill the driveway with garbage. So, I'm going to clean this guy up. And, I like how I didn't even explain what that was. It's the guy at the end of the street. He loves that I'm always messing with crap. He's an older man. And I appreciate that at least somebody appreciates the garbage that I do for no reason, but Seriously. That guy told me he was proud of me. Both of them. Him and his wife. I really don't have people telling me that they're proud of me. I think I had my parents tell me they were proud of me at my graduation from high school, but other than that, not really. So they have no idea how much that means to me to hear somebody tell me that. I sprayed myself back in the face. That deck looks pretty good though. I figured it did. It's just caked with grease and crap. Here, look, another handlebar. I've been playing with mowers all day, so because I had a pile of them that needed to be worked on. So, and I went yard sailing today, so this little thing came home with me, which was not part of the yard sale. It was just my grandmother's neighbor that said, "I got a mower if he wants it." So that's how I got this guy. Thank you, Grandma, and of course the neighbor. Trying to get any of this old grass out of here. We'll pick it up later. But for now, that was probably way too much water and very excessive, but hell. There we go. I'm trying to hold the camera steady, but I probably aimed away multiple times while spraying this thing. And so now that I have it partially cleaned, I gotta pick up that crap. Oh, I love making messes for myself. It's great. I'll use this old rag. Screw it. I don't feel like going to go find a better rag than this, so this is good enough for me. Just good enough for me. But yeah, check that out. Not bad, especially for a free lawnmower. It actually cleans up halfway decent. Not perfect. Sorry, I'm not going to give it a full detail. I'm just wanting to get most of the heavy crap off of it and clean the underside. So maybe hopefully it doesn't rot out as fast. I should probably just wait for it to dry and then just spray the underside with like Van Sickle, which is like a tractor paint. But that takes time. And I don't really feel like it for a cheap piece of junk, so I'll get to enjoy the rally a little bit before it completely rots away, I guess, once again. So here's its fourth body. We'll go ahead and drop this guy on, and I'll put some gas in it as soon as I get it on here, or once I get it bolted down and the blade secured and everything, just because I want to see if it actually tries to start first or not. Just curious. There we go. That's the side I'm used to. Seriously, that is what I'm used to seeing right there. Very familiar. Now, it looks really weird with the yellow wheels, but other than that, yeah, I mean, that is exactly what I'm used to seeing my entire childhood, so. Not entire childhood. It was this rally mower and a snapper, and then there was a Boland's and some other little piece of junk my parents got. A Yardman, I think it was. Black little Yardman, 21-inch cut, I think. And that engine gave out. The overhead valve. Actually, I don't think it was an overhead valve. I don't know. All I know is the engine was garbage when we were done with it. It was the biggest old Garmin piece of junk when we were finished. But yeah. So now that we have the engine on, go ahead and get it secured. We're going to use the original bolts. Oh, shoot. What just fell? Probably the starter cable? I would guess. I don't know. Oh yeah, it's much better down here. But see, this little bracket goes back here. No. Engine's shifting back on us a little bit. And then we will have our other bolts up here. Probably too far forward for the camera, so I apologize. There we go. Go and get our third bolt in. And considering that I had just a couple really random old washers with our blade bolt. Actually, that right there is the factory size. Well, yeah, of course that is. That's not the OG. And these are just two random washers. I don't know. That's the bolt that we have, so that's the proper thread, which is exactly the same as what's sitting right here. But considering that this one actually has another washer, I will keep my original bolt and then just put that washer on that I'm missing, so. Sorry. But, yeah. And of course we're going to reuse the blade. Actually, the blade it's definitely nicked up, but it's actually still sharp, so. I will take that as a victory. So now, go right ahead and get it bolted without knocking it off, which you can't now because it has 3 bolts. Obviously not tight, but it's got 3 bolts, even just barely in there, so it should keep it from falling at least. Okay, now that she is in, we'll go ahead and give it a snug on each one of our bolts. Oh shoot. Okay, here's one. Two, and 3. And then of course we have our blade, which sits this way. You can see the spot where the old blade adapter sat. I say everything's about to fall over again. There we go. Will it fit on our blade adapter? Answer is yes, thank you. Yep, there's the side. Now it's a little bit of a different blade adapter, but it has the same holes. This one's just more square, so rounded at the bottom. And that's fine with me. It still does the same exact thing, which is hold the blade on the bottom of the mower, so I'm happy with it. It's doing its job still. And of course now we're going to need the 15. So there we go. See? She's pretty close to the bottom of the deck, just like she's supposed to be. She clears the deck. We are pretty well golden at this point. There you go. Classic Briggs. And our thing should mount right there. Just 1 second. Let me go ahead and get it on, and I will show you real fast, right before I get this bolted, what I'm going to do. So you saw it had that plastic wing nut at the end of it. But I don't want the plastic wing nut. Therefore, I'm not going to use the plastic wing nut. I want what's proper. So, this guy works. It does the job. I'm going to keep it. Don't get me wrong. But it's not what is supposed to be here. Therefore, I want the proper thing that's supposed to be here. So let's go over. It's probably 11 or something, because that's just my block. But we're going to try 10 mil, which is 100% nut. But that should be the same thread pitch, and originally it was supposed to have, originally it had a nut on it instead of a bolt. So we're going to go ahead and put an 11 on and hope for the best. It's probably an 11. So I'm sorry I can't exactly film it. I need to just get a tripod. There we go. Again, I don't want this one, and I'll show you why here. As soon as I get this bolt off. So, reason as to why, obviously it's nice, but this thing's kind of weird, the way it loops around and whatnot. I just don't like the way it sits. Sorry, I'm picky. I don't like that. I don't want that. So I'm not going to use that. I want this factory one that kind of sticks out. Now, let's see. Yep, same thread pitch, because there's really no reason why they wouldn't make it the same thread pitch. So let's go ahead and tighten it down, and I'll show you how she looks. It is good. Quite literally, it is good. So now we have our, kind of hard to pull over, yes, because the brake's still engaged. So now, what we need to do, is probably an 11, and I just put it away, but we need this guy now. So, now, when we get on this one, we need to rob this guy off. So it's an 11 as well. Sorry, but I gotta set it down. We'll go ahead and zip this guy off, and then I'll be right back to you guys. It's coming out. Actually, the other side of the head is rotating. I do not feel like trying to figure out what size socket that is, so let me go ahead and run over and grab the pliers really fast. Okay, I'm going to get these off real fast, and then I will show you what I'm just... not going to work. There we go. I need to get a tripod. Here we go. Come on out of the handlebar. Come on. There we go. That is not the engine cable. Oh, yes, it is. I was going to say, it's got the same head as an engine cable. Okay, now we are disconnecting it from the base of the engine. So we'll be up here in literally just a second. Sorry for the delay. There you go. There's your cable. A nice long cable from the top of the handlebar. Okay. And what we're going to do now, it's pretty obvious. Go ahead and loop it through the bottom of the handlebar, or right here rather, And then once it sits across from there, it should be able to, there we go. Maybe it is supposed to sit up top like it was. I don't know. Let's go ahead and look for wear and tear at the bottom. It's definitely got wear and tear at the bottom as well as the top. So I'm actually really not certain as to how exactly it's supposed to be on here. But it works either way, so I mean, I'll just stick with it on the bottom then, because it's probably factory, to be honest. As for this, we'll go ahead and route it beneath our pull string. And it probably needs to be zip tied down there and then looped through the bottom of the handlebar, I'm guessing? No. Yeah, it's probably supposed to sit something like that. Yeah, just loop it up under. Yeah, there we go. That looks more proper. We'll get a couple zip ties and make it a little more tidy here in a moment. But yeah, that looks about right. And considering we just unbolted that, I don't really have a good one of these guys anyway. So the throttle will come off with it. And actually, we'll probably end up using the throttle from this guy. I'm not going to need the throttle for the future project that this one will probably be involved in, which is just going to be getting used for a mower that is really not even old. It just... oh, crap. It's just the body's falling apart. Anyway, to the main point. There's our throttle. I don't really plan to use this quite yet, but I would actually kind of like to have a throttle cable again. And considering I have full access to one, I kind of want to use that since I have it. Otherwise, I literally don't have one because, yeah. Like I said, I just didn't have one before. There's that. But see, got this garbage kind of just taped in the way. Not taped. Got some random wire holding this crap together. I don't know what that noise was. See if we can. There we go. Can I get both of these out of the way? And then, of course, there's a zip tie down here as well, which I don't have dikes on me right now, so see if I can't just kind of pinch it with these pliers and break it. There we go. I'll say it's pretty old and weathered looking, so broke the zip tie. Now I'm going to go ahead and take off this little bolt for the throttle cable to be held in. And yeah, we will go ahead and put that guy back on there really fast. There we go. I'm just tightening down the 10mm bolt, or sorry, 8mm flathead. Now, oh, there we go. Come on. Come on. There we go. Now we have a throttle cable. I'm saying it should sit on the inside with the bolt on the outside and the other little doohickey on the inside. So let me go ahead and try to demonstrate that. Let's get that big bolt that we probably just lost entirely to never be found again. I actually have no idea what the hell happened to it. I'm looking for it. Maybe it rolled under the mower? I don't think it landed over here. I don't see it. It's just a bright chrome bolt. Where the hell could it have gone? Just picked up the back of the mower. I don't see it there. It's not in there. It could have fallen off and rolled under the project mower, maybe. No? Okay, well, looks like we just lost that bolt. Apparently. I'm sorry. I'm trying. I'm failing. As usual. Gosh, yeah, I don't know what the hell happened to it. Damn, I needed that. I literally needed that bolt. I don't have another one of those. I was just going to rob parts straight from it and bolt it together that way, but turns out it doesn't look like it's going to happen. Okay. I don't know. It's literally gone. The bolt is literally gone. It's not in the handlebar. It's not on the throttle. We'll roll into that. I don't know what the hell happened to it. I lost the bolt. I mean, I literally lost the bolt. That sounds about right. Damn it. Oh, there it is. Good. I was about to have a heart attack. Like, dude, I don't have another one of those. Not a heart attack. I don't really care that much, but damn, you know, I had it. Okay, now I will quickly get it in place, and then I will demonstrate. Well, show what she looks like. I should say that. Okay. It's snugged. Let me go ahead and hook in our handlebar bracket real fast. There we go. Oh, yeah. Except for the fact that for some odd reason that thing won't sit like it's supposed to. There we go. I would probably zip tie it like that. Zip ties. Unfortunately, I don't think we have any standard black zip ties, but we do have zip ties nonetheless. So, ignore these other projects. Ooh. Yeah, we'll go with green. You know what? It's very fitting with the green body. I will take 2 zip ties, thank you. So now, hold on a second. I'm trying to figure her out a little bit. Doesn't really look like I can figure this thing out. Oh, I think it curves around the front. Our cable is just not long enough for this from our bottle. Okay. Well, that sucks. Come on, yep, get through there. And then I will just go ahead and shove this through here for now. And I will probably either wrench it down or remove it later. I don't know yet. Considering it's quite literally not going to serve any purpose, I will probably end up just removing it. Let me go ahead and get the camera set up. You know what? I feel bad. Damn it. Fuck, dude. I'm not professional at this shit at all. Not that I need to be professional, but I'm just trying to make it, like, entertaining for people. Some people enjoy watching people tinker with shit. Now, probably not my ass, but you see the general idea of what we got going on here. And I'm just going to put that zip tie right there, like so. And we'll just zip it on down. I'll get a tripod for the next video, I guess. Okay. Let's get this zip tie on. I'll show you exactly what I just did. And then I'll move on to our next series of things to figure out. Okay. Okay. So now, obviously this doesn't really serve any purpose with the throttle since it's not going to really do anything. But it does look a little bit nicer. I'll snip off those ends and it should look a little bit better. Oh, with what though? I don't have scissors. I don't really have anything, or a knife, or anything. Ooh. Needle nose. I'm going to go ahead and snip these off, and I'll show you. There you go. Doesn't look too bad. Could it have been done better? Yeah. Not even a question. Honestly, I probably could have taken this bar and then just squeeze, and then just whoosh, flip it the other way, so that it'll run down to here instead, which would actually give us a lot more room for that cable to stretch out. Wouldn't be a terrible idea now that I'm standing here thinking about that. But this is actually the proper direction that it's supposed to be, and quite frankly, I really don't care that much. So I don't really need the throttle. I just thought it'd be a cool idea, or a cool thing to have. But let me go ahead and get the thing wrenched down. There we go. Ta-da! It is nice and tight. Nice and tight. In fact, probably too tight. Let me go ahead and loosen it a little bit. It sure does look too tight. I really wish that fly would stop landing on my leg, thank you. I'm not dead yet, Mr. Fly. Sorry. Okay. That's better. Not quite as tight, so shouldn't break it. And that's better. controls our system too. So that's good. Zip ties are spliced. Now what I should do is, now that she's actually together, toss a little bit of gas in the old girl, which actually looks like there's a little bit of varnish in the bottom of the tank. I'm sure that's very helpful for this system, but I don't really care. So we're going to go ahead and dump a little bit of fresh gas in this piece of junk. The wheel's really lean. We're just going to pretend we didn't see that actually. It's just a cheap pile of junk. We're going to go ahead and pour some fresh gas down this thing. And see how she responds. I was told that the carburetor was bad, but that's what I was told. The carburetor was not acting too well the last time I used it, but I don't know if it's actually garbage or not. So let's find out. It left a smoke cloud. I didn't even check the oil, but I don't really care, so let's try again. Oh shit. Prime it. So it runs when you prime it, but it won't actually stay running since the carburetor's junk, like I was told. Which to me, I actually have tried rebuilding it once before. Yeah, now that I think about it, I did. And I couldn't get it to work. My dad even tried to help me, and he was kind of at a loss too. Oh, if I don't fall backwards down the fucking stairs like an idiot. Well, that's an 11mm socket. Doesn't mean no good. I need a 10 and probably a 13, if I were to guess. So now, let's go ahead and take the carburetor off this doohickey. We need an extension. And of course, there's a mosquito right here. I hate mosquitoes. Get the fuck out of here. Let me just zip it off real quick. Let me crack it free first, since apparently it's fucking seized on here. God damn. God damn it. Come on. Come on. Nope. Okay. Now I need a screwdriver to take the top off the carburetor. Oh, dear. I'm not starving at all. I'm actually just freaking thirsty. It's hot out here. Oh, I thought the carburetor was cracked for a second. No, it's just made like that. It's meant to be broken. No. Okay. And you just unhook it from the hole. And there's our extremely disgusting carburetor, which I don't even know where the carburetor cleaner's at, so. I really don't want to bolt this on as it sits. In fact, to be honest, it probably needs to be cleaned before you even do any of that kind of stuff. Get the away from me, Nat. This is definitely, without a doubt, a rusty gas tank. Ew. There's some really nasty gas. Oh yeah, that is some gross varnish right there. Oh, dude. Nasty. Nasty. Let me just scoop the rest of this off with my hand really fast. Ew. And, yeah. This thing is disgusting. Wow. Okay, let me go ahead and wipe my hands off real fast. Okay. Got some car cleaner. Probably eat paint, let's be honest, but I don't really feel like doing anything else here, so. Spray a little bit down in there. Spray some in there. Spray some down in there. There's some more varnish from the bottom of the tank. Should you put grass in the yard, or gas in the yard? No. But you know, it worked, so I'm pretty happy with that. Now, this definitely has eaten the paint. It's coming off now, so but I don't really care that much, and I really don't feel that bad about it, so therefore it's fine. Ta-da! Just like new. It is almost restored. Hold on, I gotta wipe off a little bit more of this disgustingness, and then we'll just live with it as this disgusting pile it is right now. There you go. It still looks gross. It's still probably completely clogged up, but we're gonna give it a test shot. So let me go ahead and get that screwdriver, take our air cleaner off, and unbolt our head, or unbolt the gas tank, and just bolt this one straight on in, and then dump our fresh gas in it first before we bolt it on over. But dang, mid-carb. Thank you. It's missing the gasket. New one has the gasket. Hoorah. So, not that it really needs it, but it's 10mm this time. It actually holds it secured down to the thing, it looks like, so we'll go ahead and give that a shot. It's missing the spacer. See, the spacer's gone. Well, we're gonna go rob that from the, oh, it's an 11. I need the spacer. Again, this is kind of just ripped apart. Oh, what the hell is this? It's in something, but there is a spacer here. It's just pinched. I guess it's so it doesn't fall out. Yeah, see, it's just conveniently wrapped up so you don't lose it. Oh, that's so nice. But I need it, damn it. Gosh. Thank you. I do feel bad kind of stealing that, knowing that this is a good engine, but we can always push it back in there later and bend it back into shape. I'm sorry, Lawnmower. You didn't deserve that. I'm ungrateful. I'm sorry. It's the 11. Okay. And there's our 11, which tis the right size. We're going to try to get this done within an hour at least. Okay. There's our 2. Okay. There's our tank. Let me unhook the piece right here. And once I accomplish that, oh, it's actually a little bit different in design. Whoops. I'm sorry. This doesn't even look right at all, so I'm not really sure as to what... I don't even think it needs that. But, okay. Well, I actually don't know what I'm going to do to get this thing out of here. There. Actually, this is backwards. No wonder why. Yeah, this thing goes here. Yeah, that goes right there, and then this guy... And this guy hooks in like that. So, somebody put it on backwards. I really wish that fly would stop landing on my leg. Thank you. Okay. Now, would you get out of here? We get these 2 gas tanks. We're going to go ahead and dump the fresh fuel from this guy into our very rusty, crappy-looking gas tank that probably doesn't have anything better about it. I'm just gambling on the fact that it might work and spilling gasoline all over my hand. So we're just full of great and inventive things, you know? So, put our gas cap on. I want the vintage one on this guy because it looks cooler, in my opinion. So, and you know, as long as it looks cool, it doesn't matter if it works. Just as long as whatever it is looks cool, then we're golden. Doesn't actually matter if it has any functionality to it or anything. Oh my god, there we go. Would you stop landing on me, you stupid fucking fly? Get the fuck out of here. Stupid ass maggot. Okay. Got that guy sealed on there. The tube is back on there. To be honest, you probably don't even want the spring on here at all, because it's probably just going to redline almost instantly. I don't want to lose the spring, but what I mean is I should probably just kind of hook it off to the side and not actually have it linked to anything, just due to the fact that I don't think we even need it. Yeah. I think it'll auto-adjust itself to where it wants to sit once it gets to running, so we'll just trust that the mower decides what it wants to do. Let's go ahead and put our spacer. Put our spacer in. If it's the same size, it kind of looks like it's a little bit longer as I continue to drop it, and now I can't get my fat fingers in there to get to it, in typical fashion. I think our spacer is longer. I don't know who that is either. He just honked at me. That's pretty cool, I guess. He waved. It's like, oh my god, a kid that's not playing video games? What the fuck? Well, it turns out the spacer's completely fucking useless because it doesn't actually fit the goddamn thing. So, okay, that's nice. Good thing it only took 2 seconds to remove. Not like a huge ordeal or anything, although I'm going to make a big deal out of it for no reason. Because I feel like it. I lost the other bolt because I'm an idiot. Yeah, I don't know what the hell happened to the other bolt. Somebody's peeling the little wheel. Oh, I definitely didn't lose that bolt. I would never do such a thing. I'm a professional, so don't look at me. I find out it actually is like down inside the engine. It's like, oh, my bad. I totally didn't mean to do that. Maybe I carried it with me like an idiot. No? That's even better. We lost it. We just entirely lost it. I have no idea where the hell it went. Fell off the side of the earth, probably. Here's the old carburetor. And fuel tank assembly. Tainted the side of that. I don't even know anymore. What the hell did I do with it? I would imagine it did not go inside of the mower, because that, let's be honest, something like that would happen, but considering it's not in existence anywhere else, oh, there it is, it's right in front of me, I'm a fucking idiot. Let's go ahead and get that back in there. And I will get a tripod for next time, dude. This kind of sucks. Not that anybody will watch this anyway, but... Get that wrenched down. Then we're going to go ahead and... Now, I'll do exactly what it says. Third time's a charm. Let's see if we get a shot. God damn. Well, it runs. Brand. And it does look like the spring is necessary, and I'm just stupid. Which doesn't surprise me either. God damn it. Fucking bumping shit. Get the fuck back down there. I can't get this stupid spring off. Oh, what the fuck? Get off of there. What the fuck? Now you're pissing me off. Thank you. I just bent the shit out of it. See if I can't bend it back into shape after fucking it up. God damn, no I can't. My greasy fingers are slipping all over it. That's probably the better of the sleeves. Now let's try. Well, the spring's pulled way too tight, as I kind of suspected. Which, that means to me, maybe if I can just bend it kind of another partial loop open, that maybe it will actually sit in a position, if it doesn't rain on my head, first of all. It might actually be too far open. Yeah, I think it might be a little too far open. It pisses me off when it jumps like that. There we go. Now let's try this. Let me go ahead and bolt the air cleaner on because, you know, I got to be a little bit confident in my work, which really doesn't deserve any confidence at all. Are you telling me this screw is too small for this air cleaner or something? There we go. There. Now let's try it. Okay, I've got to prime it. There we go. Really the only thing left now is this guy, which, sorry, I don't think I'm going to film that, or putting the wheels on. I'll just post that as the finished product picture, just because it's only 4 bolts. This is an hour and 7 minutes of me just kind of fucking around. So there you go. There she is. How about removing these stupid stickers? Sorry, I know somebody will be probably offended.
Why would you take those off? You need to keep those precious stickers. You can't do that. Don't do that. Oh my god, you're ruining the stickers.
That's my response.
How could you do that? These precious stickers have been on this lawnmower since 2011. You're ruining it. Quit ruining it.
I just broke the sticker. Oh no. It doesn't matter. They're going in the garbage now anyway. I was gonna try to be nice and like save them, but for some odd reason, the sticker's like perforated, whatever you want to call it. So it's like the equivalent of a sticker you put on your license plate tag. So it's not meant to come off in one piece. Which, who the hell would steal this stupid sticker? No, wait. Not a damn person would steal a stupid-ass warning label. So I'm not exactly certain as to why it has to be perforated like this. Probably just to make my life a living hell for trying to remove it. And it looks like it's going to rain. Yes, we haven't gotten rain in a while, but I kind of don't want it to rain right now, so that kind of doesn't exactly make me the happiest person in the world, but... Almost done. So sorry for wasting all these precious Briggs & Stratton stickers. Be a little bit of dirt on there now. There we go. That looks better to me.